Welcome back everybody to Planescape Torment. Well, I've lost my head. Morte has been kidnapped and he's left all the stuff on the ground, which I now have to try and shift around inventories. Oh, hang on. It looks like that Anna's inventory is rather empty. Let's fix that. Mortuary key, I probably still need to keep that. I don't know why I'm... Actually, a lot of these things are only really worth 1 copper piece, so I could probably leave them behind. Although, the intestine's always nice to have. The skulls, yeah, I might just leave those and save some slots. What's Morte's ruby? What's that? A fairly large ruby recovered from Morte's box. Gems of this quality are valued by practitioners of the art as a component for various spells. Oh. When did the box open up? Say what? I don't know how that happened, but apparently the box is now gone. For some strange reason. Okay. We'll just move the rags there. Okay. So we are now actually in this area called, let's have a look at the map, the lower ward. And there are a few people we could possibly talk to. So let's talk to this guy. You see a middle-aged man wearing dusty clothes. He does not appear to be in the best of health. His skin is pale yellow and you see occasional pustule along his arms. Greetings. He turns and glances at you from behind hollow eyes. His eyes narrow in suspicion as he continues to glance around. What do you want? His voice is raspy. Whoops. What do you want? I have some questions. He turns his attention to you. Why are you bothering me for? Do I look a part of a tout? You seem to be a knowledgeable individual I can learn from. He sighs. What you be wanting to know? Are you feeling alright? Nothing a few years of death won't cure. He coughs and looks up. Air's been getting worse in the ward of late. By my reckon it should level out once the great foundry settles, or wind blows through from the spire. What is with the air here? It's mostly because all of the portals. He has a coughing fit and returns his attention to you. What do you mean? Lots of doors to the lower planes have been letting in bad air and fumes and such from who knows what layer of the abyss. That's why these here is the lower ward. He laughs. A jaunt through this area is like breathing in a meal. Salt, smoke, pipeweed, it's all the yellow blankets of smoke and stinging sulphurous gas that this ward spits out. He gives you a gap-toothed smile. Pretty, hey? Yes, you mentioned the foundry. Center of the ward, pretty much. Look for all the stacks. Them's goodsons makes a bunch of things out of iron. Nothing fancy, but they work. Add to the bad air, too. Godsman? The believers. They have their kip out of the great foundry, banging and singing and chanting their balmy silliness on being the powers in the next 10 upon 10 and a bunch of other 10 lifetimes. He rolls his eyes and spits a brown mass from his mouth. All they do is suffer and slave and work. I slave twice as hard and no way am I going to be any sort of power. You understand me, Burke? He laughs hollowly. Alright, well, I got some other questions. You feeling alright? You can tell me about this ward. We covered kind of like that. I had a skull that's been stolen from me. Do you know anyone who would do such a thing? He looks a little uncomfortable. Missing a skull, are ye? Well, you never heard such from me, but there's people in these parts that, he glances around, make a living of collecting heads of the dead. Work for a basher named Lothar. They call him Master of the Bones. And where can I find this Lothar? He frowns. Now that's a dangerous wigwag. If I were to say anything, which I'm not, I would have to say keep an eye out for the gutter building here in the ward. Mayhap you'll find something there, eh? He glares at you. But you never heard that from me, eh? I must be going. Farewell. Alright, let's talk to... Kina? Yeah, Kina. The woman has a yellowish cast to her skin and several features. Tattoos cover her body. She wears a long blade at her side. Her eyes are like two small black pearls. As you approach, they follow your movements. Greetings. She's unperturbed. You are not known to me. This meeting can have no benefit to either of us. Farewell. Farewell then. Alright, let's just push the old pause button and see... Okay, you're just a thug. Hail Sayin. Okay, that was the other person. The man has a yellow cut to his skin, gaunt features, tattoos, blah 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 blah. As he waits until you speak, I do not know you, but I will speak to you. Alright, who are you? He bows his head to you. I am Hailseen, a soldier of the Gissarai. I am here to gather supplies. I have discovered that this city is like Tirasong's gem, of praise but of little value it is to be found in it. Can you teach me to speak your language? He bows slightly. If I have not this obligation to my people, it would be my pleasure. Just waiting for a little notification to be gone. I can't read that part there. Go away, little notification. I do not wish to know you. Well, I'm just going to have to try and move on without it. My platter is full, but I cannot. Perhaps there's another you might try. Oh, be it like a guest at... there we go. Like a guest at Toeg's platter table. My platter is full. I cannot. Perhaps there is another you may try. Thanks anyway. I have a few more questions. Ask your questions, but be not like Alchi drowning. Make them direct and to the point. Can you join my party? I cannot. I have a duty to my people. And what is that duty? I'm here to gather supplies and summon reinforcements. The Githyanki grow bold these days. We prepare for a bloody war. Sounds exciting. I'd like to ask you some more questions. Where did you get your tattoos? They speak of a history of my kin and grant me their strength and minds. One etched of the Arajarok and the Isles of the Seal tells of my kin, Yilikir Kai, who buried his enemies in the wells of Sharakhdro. Another here was inscribed by Fel, the dabbers who walks, and tells of the Battle of Roji, and myself who fought the 7 Saladi in the Plains of Limbo before the 8th silenced Rosie's mind. He nods at your tattoos. Speak the history of your tattoos. They speak of the obstacles I have to overcome, the tales of my past, lest I forget them. He closes his eyes and bows. The tales are noted, sword ringer. Really? As of yours, I've some other questions. I require nothing, thanks and farewell. Yep. Okay, so maybe eventually he can be in my party? Well, that's cool. Vorten. Sebastian. Oh, there's so many people to talk to. I really should be getting on to finding Morte, but this is so cool. More story time. You see a harem officer. He gives you a bored look as you approach. Greetings. Greetings, citizen. Measure 3 Vorten at your service. I have some questions. He sighs. I don't mean to be rude, but I am on duty and no time for questions. He pauses. If you would like information, go to talk to Ep16. Where can I find him? He thinks for a moment. Last I heard, he's pretty much set himself in the Smouldering Corpse bar. You can find it somewhere down in the hive. Thank you. Farewell. Okay. Well, Sebastian. Talk to Sebastian. You see an older man in elegant robes. He has bright eyes and a warm smile. He gives you his bow as you approach. Good day, Cutter. I am Sebastian. How may I serve you? Greetings. Greetings to you as well, Cutter. He stops in mid-sentence as he notices your scars. You see his eyes travel along them, his eyebrow arched in surprise. He returns his gaze to you. I was about to ask what I could do for you, but there is no need. I think I see why you come to see me, Cutter. What? Are you trying to say you can help me with these scars? He smiles at you and shrugs his shoulders. Perhaps, Cutter, perhaps. He leans forward and begins to examine your scars carefully. He runs a finger along several of them, mumbling to himself. Finally, he looks up at you. Yes, Cutter, I can help you, but I cannot cure you, but I can alleviate the worst of your condition. And your price? Ah, yes, the price. He begins stroking his chin and stares at you. You get the impression you're being weighed on somehow. He seems to come to sort of decision. I have a job that I think you can perform. Go on. I have signed a contract with a certain creature. I am no longer unable to fulfill the contract. It is beyond my abilities. However, the creature will not release me from the contract. Instead, it has threatened me with death until I fulfill the contract. Let me guess, you want me to solve this problem for you? He sighs. Yes. I cannot do it myself. My reputation demands that I fulfill the contract or face the consequences. I am at your mercy in this regard. Will you help me? What were you contracted to do? He shakes his head. I cannot reveal that information, Cutter. I am magically bound not to. That is why people come to me. They know that if I accept a contract, it will be handled with discretion. Okay, what kind of creature are we talking about? An Abishai named Grush, Cutter. He pauses to gauge your reaction. I know this is a difficult task, but one I think you can handle. Also, the reward I offer you is great. He gestures to your scars. And what were you contracted to do? He shakes his... Oh, yep, yeah, okay. I see, an interesting proposal. He looks at you hopefully. Will you do it? Yes. Hang on. An Abishai. No, it's the Githyanki and Githzerai that are at war. Yes, give me the details.
Updated my journal.
He smiles at you and gives you a sigh of relief. Thank you, Cutter. The creature is an Abishai named Groshk. You need a magic weapon that can cause it harm, so check with some of the shops if you do not own one. A spellcaster can harm it as well. Groshk can be found to the east, beyond the siege tower. Siege tower? Yes, over beyond the market. Damn thing just appeared one day, several years back. Nobody knows why, and no one seems to be able to get inside to find out. I see. Fine. Farewell. So we have another quest. Yay! Xanthia. Let's talk to Xanthia. We're going to run out of people to talk to sooner or later. You see a pretty young woman. In fine clothes. Her skin yet lacks the usual yellow tint of the inhabitants of the ward. She appears to be watching 3 nearby creatures with interest. Greetings. She turns to face you, an annoyed look crosses her face. Yes, what do you want? I have some questions. Fine. She looks irritated. Who are you? My name is Xanthia. She looks you up and down, then frowns. Is there something else you want? I have some questions. Fine. What are you doing here? There's going to be a fight and I want to see it. She smiles wickedly. It should be interesting. A fight? Yes. See that three Thokola over there? She points to the 3 hulking creatures with rippling muscles. They're going to try and kill an Abishai. She snorts. The stupid oafs. I've heard something called an Abishai. What is it exactly? It's a lower plains creature. A beta zoo, I think. She frowns in thought. In any case, the Abishai have a nasty disposition, sharp claws, and can cast spells. Very formidable. The Tholuka look like they can take care of themselves. Normally, I would say yes, but the Thokola are very powerful warriors. She smiles slyly and leans in to whisper to you. However, I know something they don't. And what might that be? Abishai can only be hurt by magic, she snickers. The Thokola will be slaughtered, I have no doubt of it. She straightens up and watches the Thokola eagerly. How do you know that they can't be hurt by magic? She gives you an annoyed look. My husband is very high up in the harmonium. The Harmonium guards are trained to deal with the creatures such as the Abishai. She looks away. That's how I know. My husband told me. Why don't you warn the Thakola? Why would I do that? She smiles evilly. I'm the one who suggested the fight. Why? My husband tries to get to better his social standing with his underlings by drinking with them in the local taverns. Last evening, he forced me to such an occasion. Those three oafs were there, boasting of their prowess as warriors. It was obvious they were in a drunken stupor. When they decided to leave, one of them tripped and fell into a table I was sitting at. She pauses. Go on. She frowns angrily. Most of the drinks at the table were spilled into my lap and ruined a very expensive evening gown. So, while the cretin was trying to apologise, I whispered to him that I'll only accept the apology of a warrior of stature. If he was truly such a warrior, he would be able to defeat an Abishai in hand-to-hand combat. Ah, you nasty pasty. So you're going to get them killed because they ruined a dress.
Updated my journal.
You obviously do not understand the intricacies behind the situation. She looks at you if you're an idiot child. I was embarrassed and humiliated in front of my husband and his underlings. She looks angry. I see, I have some questions. What can you tell me about the ward? Nothing. She looks with distaste. Were it not for the fight, I would not be caught dead here. Well, I must be going now. Farewell. So... so that's Gort, Zerb. Those must be the guys that are going to...
I'm gone.
Attack an Abishai? I don't know if I really want to... Yeah, hell, why not? Let's ruin this lady's fun. The huge creature stands over 9 feet tall. Rippling muscles support its massive frame. He seems engaged in thick conversation with the two similar creatures next to it. Greetings. He turns to you and greets with your greeting and looks down at you. A look of confusion crosses his feature. Gort, great small one. I have some questions. He gives you an apologetic look and shakes his head. Gort, not speaking well your talk. Sorry, you ask Thorpe. He gestures to one of the creatures next to him. Alright, thank you. So I want to talk to Thorpe. This creature is huge. Okay, yep. Greetings. He looks down at you and gives you a friendly smile. And what do you want, Smalley? I have some questions. You got question, maybe Thorpe got answer. He smiles at you. I've talked to Xanthia. She says you're going to fight an Abishai. She smiles and nods at you enthusiastically. That's right. Thorpe and friends, barsh. Warn Thorpe. I've learned that Abishai can only be hurt by magic weapons.
Updated my journal.
XP. He gives you a worried look. Need magic? You know how. I've asked Thorpe. I've asked around Thorpe. It's what people tell me. Thorpe not have magic. Friends not have magic. We die if we barsh our Abishai. He sighs. Thorpe not be warrior of stature. Then Xanthia would not accept apology. You're willing to risk your life for the honour of a lady, Thorpe. Only a warrior of stature would do that. He stares at you blankly for a moment and a huge smile appears on his face. Really? Thorpe and friends now have stature? Yes. Consider Xanthia is honoured to be satisfied and the apology accepted. Thorpe, thank you. You saved life. You saved life of friends. He turns to the other Thakola and speaks to them hurriedly. After a moment, all three bow to you and each hands you a pouch of coins. Thank you. You're a good friend. You deserve. I must be going. Farewell.
You know, I've learned some new tricks.
Well, Anna's learned some new tricks.
Hi.
Yeah, let's go to her stats. Level her up. Why the hell not? And... okay, we don't get any thief skill points. Okay. That's okay, that's normal. Well, I wouldn't say that's normal, but that'll be alright. We can live with that. Right. I want my head back. I want my skull back. Let's go look for that. Okay, you...
I'm gone.
Okay, we're going to talk to all these people later. Wreckage of a building. It looks a little out of place here. I'm looking for a siege tower. Could this be it? It looks kind of about right. Right. Hopefully, what? Okay. Oh, we can go down. This unusual window allows some light to filter through the room. It casts strange coloured shadows across the walls and floor. So it does. To be ladder constructed from the bones of many creatures. Aha! This must be the place. Uh-oh. The shelf of skulls. Thank the powers you're here, Chief. Get me out of here! What are you doing up there? Those were-rat vermin nicked me and brought me here. Come on, boss, let's get... we got to get out of here. This place is bad news. Why don't you just float down? I can't, I've tried. Come on, get me down before... Uh-oh. We're screwed. A flash of light and smoke blinds you for a moment. A withered old man stands before you. Have we visited a skull? Oh, no. Morte whispers furiously. Do not offend this blood boss. He'll dead book you faster than you can spit. The old man ignores Morte. Greetings, traveller. Who might you be to enter Lothar's humble Salem without invitation? My pardon, sir, but you have something that belongs to me. Yes, what might that be? A skull that belongs to me is on that shelf. You want the chattering skull with half a grace and manners of an ordinary creature? Give me a greater skull in return if you wish it back, Lothar replies. I do not need to bargain for something that is already mine. He was never yours or anyone's to begin with. Your ignorance is astonishing. You truly do not know... You know very little about very little. Now, fetch me another skull to replace him, or say goodbye to your friend. Okay, fine. How do I get another skull that's worth what he's worth? Move aside the divian in the center of the room and pass through the portal in the eastern wall in the chambers below to the catacombs. The portal will remain active for your return. In the catacombs, many skulls. One of great value lies within the interred crypts of the Dustmen, beyond the drowned nations. Bring me that skull to me, as my were-rat minions have failed to do, and I will see that your friend has returned to you. Perhaps I will even answer some questions for you. What assurances do I have that you'll keep your word?
Updated my journal.
You have my word. That will be enough for you. Unless, of course, you'd rather not see your friend again. It's good enough for me, boss. I'm the one stuck here. Let it go, alright? Just go get the skull and come back for me. Fine, Lothar. I'll be back for him. Farewell. Now I've got to move this thing. And this is the portal. And it's a searching we go, and more likely combat.
I'm gone.
Hang on. I really don't like the looks of this. I am not wielding the correct weaponry. I wish to make sure that I am. Right. We are now ready.
All right. I'm gone.
Ooh, okay, whoop. Where at? You see a half-man, half-rat hybrid. Its red eyes gleam with a certain cunning, and the voice that issues from his mouth is oily and insinuating. So, a biped comes slinking into the nest of Lothar's servants. What do you want, man? What do you intend to go? Step lightly, intruder. Speak the truth to Mantuak. I'm on a quest for Lothar. I'm looking to retrieve a skull. The rat man ducks his head at the mention of Lothar and hisses at you. Sent a hairless one to do the job of kin? Impossible! Nonetheless, Mantuak hisses at you again. Begone then, and return to the skull that is in your hands. He pauses and looks at you suspiciously. Have you a skull yet? In fact, I do. And you've retrieved the particular skull the master wants? Not yet. Then fetch it, biped, and do not return till you have it. Do not keep the master waiting. I won't keep him waiting much longer. Okay, so obviously I'm not entirely sure if this is the way I should be going, or maybe...
Done. All right.
Ah, there be a door.
I'm gone.
Let's open said door.
I'm gone.
Right.
All right.
There's nothing around here that I could do. Oh, hang on. No, I definitely cannot go anywhere further down there. So it looks like I do have to go around the where-ats. Let's see. Can I just run around these guys? Excuse me. Alright. I doubt it's going to be this close.
Done.
Alright, let's search around. No. Can I say that the music soundtrack of this game is so amazing? Holy God. Right.
All right.
Why do I get the feeling...
I'm gone.
I have a bad feeling about this. Hang on, what's this? Oh, actually, I do want to go here. There, that's the portal he was talking about. Alright, so we're back here now.
All right. I'm gone.
So a skull of greater value. Ah, looks like we've definitely come full circle.
All right.
Because then we can go through the...
Done.
the Dead Nations? I can't remember. We go through here and go into the Drowned Nations. And...
I'm gone.
Hang on. Let's look at the journal. Pass into the catacombs. Find a tomb beyond the Drowned Nations. In that tomb. Beyond the Drowned Nations. So I've got to get to the Drowned Nations for one. So we are here. A sealed passageway? Could that be it? That could be it, because I have definitely explored the Drowned Nations quite thoroughly. So... we come sprinting on down through here. I'm glad everything stays dead. Alright, that this would be really, really difficult. Ah, so there is a door here. I didn't actually see this last time. As you open the gate, the cold wind rushes forth. You begin to shiver as you hear the sound of a voice whispering. Although you cannot make out what it says, in a second it is gone. All is silent. You realize that you have been here before. You have a strong feeling that your companions must not follow you in. I'm going in alone. Wait out here for me. Okay. Well, I'm going to go in here and we're going to leave the episode right here. Alright, thanks folks, everybody, for joining me for this episode of Planescape Torment. If you've liked the video and liked the series thus far, do go ahead and click that like button. And of course, if you're interested in anything else that I've done in the past, do go ahead and check out the playlists on the right hand side. Alright folks, well, I've been Raetac. I'll see you next time.